It's very important for all church planters to have a good biblical theology to guide our work and help us in our day-by-day choices. Most of the problems that we can perceive in church planting are not related with methodology, but with theology. For example, a weak theology of contextualization will allow a church planter to reproduce the exact model of his home church in a place or among a group where the format is not applicable at all. It's one of the most common problems in church planting, and the way to change it is not only to sharpen our methodology, but to strengthen our theology, our understanding how the scripture guides us in this kind of situation. For example, if we perceive church mainly as a building and the social dynamic of the people in that building, no matter how much we have a good methodology in mind, we'll make a mistake to reproduce in the Amazon, for example, a church, the building, timetable, dynamic type of service we have in our home church in São Paulo. If we understand the biblical concept of church, the main elements that make a group of people a church of Christ, we'll concentrate in what is really important and leave for the local people to decide about the kind of building they want to put up, for example. It's just a simple example to stress that our theology has a stronger influence in our church planters than our methodology. So we have really to pay attention in our theology. It becomes necessary for us to reaffirm some of our biblical criteria for church planting. Among many, I'd like to stress three of them now. First of all, that CP, church plant, is done in dependence on God's power and desire to save men. It means that no human ability is strong enough to plant a church if the power of God is not manifest in our midst. Also, another principle is that CP is done in faithfulness to Scripture, not to our own models. It means we are not called to express our preference in church planting, but to obey the Scripture. Another value, theological value, is that church planting is done through proclaiming the gospel and not through other activities. Here is a very important point for us. Sometimes we do quite a lot of work in so many activities, but we leave behind what's the most essential one for church planting, that is gospel communication. So let's read and think on our theological concepts of church planting and pray the Lord will apply in our lives and ministries, the ones we need for today's work and for us to go ahead and glorify His name. So have a good reading and may the Lord bless you.